Good morning everyone, Zeke here from Holistic Harvest. How you going today? Check out the fog today. It's you can't even see the dam. We're down on the other side of the gully where we've got our market garden. I'm just getting ready for the day, having my second coffee for the day. We're about to go and do it, get some stuff done. Just before I chuck the camera back on the tripod, this is our hardening off area outside. We've just got, that's the shade house, greenhouse, whatever you want to call it. Got the pallets next to us and we're just chucking out stuff to harden off. And the reason I'm showing you this is because even though we have our chickens in an electric fence, they still get out and they just absolutely just destroyed these bush beans. They look a bit like stalky, and that's because all the bottom leaves have been eaten by the chicken, and I'm really hoping we get it what we seeded out in this. You can see they're all starting to come back, like the top leaves. So it was only about 4 or 5 days ago that happened. Some may not come back, some that don't have any leaves like this one, but we'll just see. And they also got into the planting of zucchini, and that went out because, well, we needed room in the greenhouse. Like I'll show you, we got that much stuff in this greenhouse packed out, ready to go. Look at it all. It's all on the floor. It's on each side. Some stuff's ready, some stuff's not. This is what we're actually here today to do. It's another succession of seedlings now to do. We've got a fair few of these pots that we got from the local tip. It was actually from a macadamia farm. They planted like 1 million of these and we got extra pots, so we're really lucky. So at the moment, because they're staying in the greenhouse for around about 4 weeks, we put them in those pots there. They've got a nice area to be able to make their root system, and they end up actually having a really nice root system and makes them it's a little bit more better for transplanting. We do also do soil blocks with the soil block machine, but that's only for when the season's really cranking and they just grow up real fast. You can throw them in within, a couple of weeks or something like that, or maybe even a smaller plant. But for now, with these bit larger plants like a zucchini, they just need that little bit extra room, or at least that's what we're finding at the moment. It doesn't take any more to plant out, although the soil blocks are very fast, and they're also fast to make because we can punch out 18 at a time. But this is pretty fast. We just get our pot, we just get our tray. Usually we have it all sitting here like this, and we have the tractor here usually with a bucket full of dirt, full of topsoil, full of whatever mixture we put in. But it's currently broken down in the paddock. It's actually not broken down, I shouldn't say that, it's actually just run out of fuel. So that's usually, it's like everything's at a nice height, but we can still get it done. We've got this is where we tip our spent soil from seedlings that didn't make it, and we chuck it in there, or this is just soil left over in the bucket. We had to use the tractor for something else. So it's a bit unfortunate today. We usually have the little compact tractor there, little 40 horsepower tractor. Makes a really nice working thing. It's a bench, that height. This is how we're going to do it today. So the reason we're using this topsoil is because we're building a dam at the moment, and there's a bit of an abundance of topsoil. We've scraped it all off to actually get down to the shape we wanted. We're going to use it again. We'll chuck it on the dam wall to grow grass and that to hold the wall there. But this is what we have. The other really good reason about using your native topsoil or the compost that you've created natively from the plants and that here is the fact that it's got all the native microorganisms in it. So the seedling is not used to going from like a really nice potting mix into the bare soil. Now all the microorganisms will be different. At least doing it this way, all the microorganisms are the same. They're the same. And when they go back out, they don't have that transplant shock. They don't need to basically teach the organisms around them that the plant's there and they need the nutrients and that. They've already got a team of micronutrients, microorganisms, should I say, that are native to the area, so that it's like for like when they go into the soil. So the plant there then can say to the microorganisms, I'll give you this sugar that's made from photosynthesis, and they don't have to try and communicate and have a war with all the other microorganisms. It's just there. They're all like for like, so they just work together, and the plant's got a better survival rate. Well, at least that's our thinking anyway. We'll see. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who'll tell me otherwise, but that's how we do it, and it's just a way that you can do it too. If your budget's stringent or you don't have much money in the kitty leading up to a good season, like I showed you in the update at the start of the video, it doesn't really matter. All of those plants had this native soil in it, so we think it's a very good way to do it. So we're pretty much filling our pots sort of 3/4 up. We chuck them in here. It's just a real easy way for us to move them around. Sometimes you run out and it's a bit of a pain, but oh well. We'll just sort of do this. And then we're just filling them all up 3/4. We chuck a seed in after that, and we just top dress it with the same stuff. Just give you an idea how we're doing some of these larger plants. This is a bean. It's not quite warm enough to direct seed these, although it probably is, you know. And this is what we do. We just fill up a tray. In this case, I need to fill up 4 of these trays for the amount we need. And I just go along and I put the dirt in the thing, chuck them in like that. And I pretty much do that before I move on to doing any more pots so that we know what we're up to. And I just get and just cover them, and just remember your seed depth. In this case, that's how big the seed are. So it needs to go in the ground at least that depth of the seed, at least the depth of the size of the seed. So just remember that when you're doing it, so you don't put too much soil on top of your seed if you do it in this fashion. I'll go through and do all that. So for those of you who are wondering, these are everything that we do here is in season, an open pollinated variety, and it's a heirloom variety, meaning it was true to its original form, well, as original as it can be. The reason we do seeds that way and not an F1 or something is so that we can save seed of our own for the crops that are easy. You can't do that with an F1 because it's not guaranteed the variety of the fruit or the plant when it actually goes to fruit, or to, like, if it's a salad or something. So that's why we do that there. Well, lucky for me, I have a wonderful missus. She got some fuel, and well, she was out, but you know, she got some fuel while she was out, and she's actually gone and rescued the tractor from the paddock for me, so that's really good. And you know, thank you very much to her if she's watching the video. So this is our normal setup. Just sort of stand here, it's at a good height, and we do the same thing. We just go straight into there. Normally have all pots in here. So there's just something that I wanted to share with you guys. There's something I noticed yesterday when I was seeding. So we got some yellow zucchini seed. This stuff we saved ourselves, and I just want to show the importance of just making sure that it's really good that we saved these seed, but you'll see what I mean. You just got to make sure you just do a little bit of due diligence when you save your seed. Here's the seed. It's really thin. It's not plump. I don't actually know if they're going to come up, because this seed is, so that was our saved seed, and we haven't had a problem with our saved seed except for this zucchini. I don't know why. It was a big marrow, a really big zucchini. I really don't know why it came up that way. But this is what the zucchini seed should look like, and this is what our zucchini seed has looked like the first lot we planted that we saved ourselves. Sort of this seed there, sort of nice. This seed's not thin, it's a bit fatter. You can actually feel it's got a seed inside of it. So just really keep in mind, I don't know if it's going to come up. I'll show you our last month's seed. Well, actually, it got done last week. We got a little bit behind. I just show you what I mean. The germination's it's just not there. And just here you can see in this tray here, see you got one plant there, and you got a plant there. And that whole tray, that whole bread crate, is the seed that I just showed you from the yellow zucchini that isn't plump. It just doesn't look right like the other seeds do, at least. There's just something there to keep in mind if you're saving your own seeds. I don't know what happened there. Let us yeah. So I'm not really sure what happened there. If you know, let us know. We're definitely no experts, but yeah, it's just an anomaly that I've seen. I thought I'd share with you. And you can tell it's the next day. I've got a different shirt on. This one happens to have our Deadly logo on. Red shirt today. This is the shirts I wear. They come in all different colours. A really good shirt, really nice lightweight for the summertime, and they're like, dense enough that it's good in the cold. I don't put anything extra on this unless it's freezing. And if you're going to do any of those extracurricular works outside of the farm, like welding together things, they don't set fire. They just smolder because they're 100% cotton.